Today we are taking a closer look at a famous American coin that many people still overlook, the 2017 Kennedy half-dollar coin from the United States, struck at the Philadelphia Mint with the P Mint mark. This coin carries deep historical meaning, modern collectible value, and a powerful connection to one of America's most remembered presidents, John F. Kennedy. Even though it may not look rare at first glance, the story behind this half-dollar makes it special for collectors and history lovers alike. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964, only months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The United States Mint moved very quickly to honor him, replacing the Benjamin Franklin half-dollar with a new design featuring Kennedy's portrait. Since then, the coin has become one of the most emotional and symbolic coins in American history. By 2017, the Kennedy half-dollar had already been in circulation for over 5 decades, yet it continued to be produced for collectors and special releases. The 2017 Kennedy half-dollar with the P Mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike many earlier half-dollars that were heavily used in everyday transactions, modern Kennedy half-dollars like the 2017 issue were not released widely into circulation. Most of these coins were produced specifically for collectors and sold in mint sets or rolls, which is why many Americans have never seen one in daily use. On the obverse side of the coin, we see a detailed left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy. The design is based on a bust created by sculptor Gilroy Roberts. Around the portrait, the word Liberty is boldly displayed, along with the national motto "In God We Trust," split on either side of Kennedy's neck. The date 2017 appears at the bottom. Just to the right of the date, you will find the P Mint mark, identifying Philadelphia as the place of minting. The details on the 2017 version are sharp and clean, especially on well-preserved examples. Turning to the reverse side, the coin features the presidential seal, designed by Frank Gasparo. At the center is a heraldic eagle holding an olive branch and a bundle of arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. A shield covers the eagle's chest, representing protection and unity. Above the eagle is a ring of stars, and surrounding the design are the words United States of America and half-dollar. The national motto E Pluribus Unum appears above the eagle's head. The reverse design gives the coin a powerful and official appearance, reinforcing its status as a symbol of American leadership. The 2017 P. Kennedy half-dollar is made from a copper-nickel clad composition. It contains no silver, unlike the earlier Kennedy half-dollars minted in 1964 and the partially silver issues from 1965 to 1970. The coin weighs 11.34 grams, has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. These specifications are standard for modern half-dollars and give the coin a solid, premium feel in the hand. In terms of mintage, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of Kennedy half-dollars in 2017, but because they were mainly sold to collectors, finding one in circulation is still uncommon. Most examples remain in mint condition, which affects their value. While the coin does not usually command high prices, uncirculated examples can still be worth more than face value, especially when kept in original mint packaging or graded by professional services. As of today, a typical 2017 P. Kennedy half-dollar in uncirculated condition may be worth slightly above 50 cents, often ranging from $1 to $3 depending on condition and demand. Coins with strong strikes, clean surfaces, and no contact marks are more desirable. Certified coins graded MS-67 or higher can bring higher prices, especially among registry set collectors. What makes this coin appealing is not just its monetary value, but its historical and emotional significance. The Kennedy half-dollar represents hope, leadership, and a turning point in American history. For new collectors, the 2017 P issue is an affordable way to own a piece of that legacy. For experienced collectors, it fills an important spot in modern Kennedy half-dollar collections. In conclusion, the 2017 Kennedy half-dollar with the P Mint mark may not be a rare treasure, but it is a meaningful and collectible coin with a strong story behind it. Whether you are collecting for history, investment, or personal interest, this coin deserves attention. Always check your mint sets, coin rolls, or collections carefully, because even modern coins can hold lasting value and historical importance. Next coin. The 1999 Kennedy half dollar is a United States 50-cent coin that continues one of the most famous coin series in American history. The Kennedy half dollar was first introduced in 1964, only months after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, and it quickly became a symbol of national remembrance and respect. By 1999, the coin was already deeply rooted in U.S. culture, even though half dollars were no longer commonly used in everyday transactions. The 1999 Kennedy half dollar with the P Mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, and the small letter P can be found just below President Kennedy's portrait on the obverse side of the coin. The front of the coin features a left-facing bust of John F. Kennedy designed by Gilroy Roberts, with the word Liberty around the edge, the national motto "In God We Trust" below the portrait, and the date 1999 at the bottom. The reverse side shows the presidential seal designed by Frank Gasparo, featuring a heraldic eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, surrounded by stars representing the states, along with the inscriptions United States of America and half dollar. The 1999 P. Kennedy half dollar is composed of a copper-nickel clad structure, meaning it has an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core, unlike the earlier silver versions minted in the 1960s. In terms of mintage, millions of these coins were struck in 1999, which makes them common rather than rare, especially in circulated condition. Because of this high mintage, the coin usually does not carry a high premium unless it is in excellent condition. In circulated condition, a 1999 P. Kennedy half dollar is generally worth its face value of 50 cents or slightly more, often around 50 to 75 cents. In uncirculated condition, especially if the coin has strong luster and no visible wear, its value can range from about $1 to $3. Coins graded by professional services in very high mint state grades can be worth more, but such examples are uncommon. Since this coin does not contain silver, its value is based purely on condition, demand from collectors, and overall eye appeal. Many collectors keep 1999 Kennedy half dollars as part of date and mint mark sets or as souvenirs of the long-running Kennedy series. While it may not be a rare or highly valuable coin today, it still represents an important chapter in U.S. coinage history and remains a meaningful collectible for beginners and experienced collectors alike. Next coin. The 1973 Kennedy half dollar is a United States 50-cent coin that represents an important period in modern American coinage. It belongs to the Kennedy half dollar series, which was first introduced in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy after his assassination. By 1973, the coin had already become a familiar design to the public, yet it reflected major changes in U.S. minting history, especially the complete transition away from silver. The 1973 Kennedy half dollar was produced for circulation using a copper-nickel clad composition, meaning it contains no silver at all. This change was made to reduce production costs and to prevent hoarding, which had become common when coins still contained precious metals. The 1973 Kennedy half dollar struck at the Philadelphia Mint does not show a mint mark on the coin. This is normal and correct, because during that time Philadelphia coins were produced without a P mint mark. Many collectors mistakenly believe a missing mint mark is an error, but for this year it is standard. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy. His hair, facial features, and profile are clearly defined, and the word Liberty appears along the upper edge of the coin. The motto, "In God We Trust," is placed below Kennedy's chin, while the date, 1973, appears at the bottom. The design is simple yet powerful, reflecting Kennedy's legacy and the nation's respect for him. The reverse of the 1973 Kennedy half dollar displays the presidential coat of arms. At the center is a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, holding an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. A shield rests on the eagle's chest, and a ring of stars surrounds the design, representing the states of the Union. Above the eagle is a banner reading E Pluribus Unum, while United States of America curves around the top and half dollar is written along the bottom. The reverse design is bold and detailed, and when the coin is well struck, the feathers and lettering appear sharp and clear. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1973 Kennedy half dollar has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and weighs approximately 11.34 grams. It has a reeded edge with vertical grooves, which is typical of many U.S. coins and helps prevent counterfeiting. The copper-nickel clad structure consists of an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This gives the coin a silver-like appearance, even though it contains no precious metal. Because of this composition, the value of the coin is not influenced by silver prices, unlike earlier Kennedy half dollars minted in 1964 through 1970. When discussing value, it is important to understand that the 1973 Kennedy half dollar is generally considered a common coin. Millions were minted, and large quantities were saved by collectors, even though it was intended for circulation. In circulated condition, where the coin shows signs of wear such as flattened details, scratches, or dull surfaces, the value is usually close to its face value of 50 cents. In many cases, circulated examples may sell for slightly above face value, often around $1 or less, depending on condition and demand. Uncirculated examples of the 1973 Kennedy half dollar are more desirable to collectors. These coins show no wear from circulation and often retain their original mint luster. Uncirculated coins that have been carefully stored may sell for a few dollars, typically ranging from $2 to $10. Coins with stronger strikes, bright surfaces, and minimal contact marks are more appealing and can reach the higher end of that range. The most valuable examples are those graded in high mint state levels, such as MS-66 or MS-67, by professional grading services. These coins are difficult to find because most examples have small marks or weak strikes that prevent them from achieving top grades. High-grade certified coins can sell for significantly higher prices, sometimes reaching dozens or even hundreds of dollars, depending on market demand. Errors and varieties can also affect the value of a 1973 Kennedy half dollar, though they are not common. Some coins may show doubling in the lettering or design, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes. Authentic error coins can be valuable to specialists, but they must be carefully examined to confirm they are genuine mint errors and not damage caused after the coin left the mint. Most 1973 Kennedy half dollars found in collections or circulation are normal issues without any unusual features. Collectors are often drawn to the 1973 Kennedy half dollar not because of high monetary value, but because of its historical context and design. It represents an era when half dollars were still being produced in large numbers, even though they were no longer commonly used in everyday transactions. Over time, the half dollar gradually disappeared from circulation as people saved them or used smaller denominations instead. As a result, many people today are unfamiliar with using half dollars in daily life, even though they remain legal tender. Proper care is important for maintaining the value of a 1973 Kennedy half dollar. Cleaning the coin is strongly discouraged, as cleaning can damage the surface and significantly reduce collector value. Even gentle cleaning can leave hairline scratches or remove the original mint luster, making the coin less desirable. The best approach is to store the coin in a protective holder, such as a coin flip or capsule, and handle it only by the edges. In conclusion, the 1973 Kennedy half dollar from the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark is a classic modern U.S. coin with strong historical significance. While it is not rare and usually not highly valuable in circulated condition, it remains popular among collectors and coin enthusiasts. Its value depends mainly on condition, with uncirculated and high-grade examples commanding higher prices. For many collectors, the appeal of this coin lies not in its monetary worth, but in its connection to American history and its place in the long-running Kennedy half dollar series.